Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. So I got some work done over the Labor Day weekend. A lot of little stuff. You won't see a lot of visual progress in this update, but thought I'd give you something to clue you in on where we are. So a couple things that I've done is did some editing on the mountain here. You can see I kind of cut this out to get this portal flat against the mountainside here and gave myself a little extra room since I'm going to be widening that. In addition to that, I started cutting the foam blocks for that road that's coming from here, sorry, my finger, up, and it'll come up to this overpass here. So I think I got those set there. Over here on the far side, I cut that the foam back from its original position there to make way for that new tunnel portal. It's going to be a wider one. Cut myself what I think are going to be the final blocks for my four-wheel drive trail through here. And I also started on this little scene, so I got a little cave back here. I think I'm going to make this into like a little campsite here, right? And then a cave to explore. Might have to put a black bear in there or something. I did get my switches in finally. You'll see I've got most of them laying out in the crossing. I forgot to order the two Y turnouts, that one and sorry, that one back there. So those are on order now, but I've got pretty much all the track I need, and so I could start moving. So at least as soon as I get these two turnouts, this area is pretty well set. You'll also notice I got my stanchions for my backdrop up in the corner there and here, right? So that's set pretty much all the way around at this point. I even added my crossover blocking to get ready for there and there for the two tracks that are heading back into that storage area. And you'll see, sorry, down here, I got all the plywood down on that along with the homicide, so it's ready to go there. In addition to that, I've got a couple cleats that I've put out there to help me set that sucker up. It is a very heavy section. It's 10 feet by 1 foot, and with that plywood and homicide, it's pretty heavy. So got that. Another thing I worked on was this drop section here. So you'll see I've got my legs installed and they are on hinges and fold up so that this will fall down, and then I've got my backdrop sections or stanchions up over there. So right at that joint right there, it'll swing down and out of the way and open that like 2 foot wide area up to about 4 feet worth of room, so I can get by. So 90% of the time this thing will remain up. Unfortunately, I don't know why I have a mind block with this section, but I have been struggling with the track plan. You've heard me, talk in previous videos. Oh, this is it. Yeah, well, that's not it. And then it's like, all right, this is it. That's not it. And I keep going back. I had thought about doing a turntable here before I thought about this extension. And I want to have a yard and an engine servicing facility here. And I've been playing with the turnouts. And, you can see where I drew lines here to put in a nice 7-track yard there. And then all of a sudden it was like, wow, that is so linear compared to the backdrop, or to the edge of the layout. And I was like, I want to make it a little more interesting, right? Even though I'm, this is going to be a drop down, I still want it to be, look visually appealing. So I said, okay, well, what about if I cock the yard a little bit, make it kind of interesting visually that way, right? So then then I was like, well, that kind of cuts down what I can do as far as an engine facility in here. So you know, I have been going back and racking my brain. So this is a mental block for me. You can see I've got my paper turnouts back out again. I'm trying some other things. I kind of like this at this point, and this also gives me a rear access into the engine servicing facility that I can also come back out on this side. The rest of this track is pretty well set. I'm not worried about what's happening there. It's just, you know, basically from this angle piece over what I'm going to do. I thought about, you know, maybe making this yard only about 4 tracks here, right? A little bit smaller, and then maybe doing a couple more industries back in here. I don't know. I just keep going back and forth in this section. So it's a little bit of a struggle for me. But anyway, other than that, haven't done much else. I have started to get the track pieces where they need to be. Started cutting some shorter lengths back there for those 2 gaps. I've got my other piece over there that's going to go between the curved turnout and here. So hopefully the next update I will have all this track work in back to there. Hopefully I can get this figured out by then, but if not, if this is still a roadblock, what I'll do is I'll jump back over there and work that because these turnouts should be in by the end of the week. So I will have another mail call coming in. So as I mentioned before, the first mail call, I've got a number of other things that are going to be coming in that you guys might be interested in. I also hope to have that staging yard bench work in too. I'm purposely leaving that off, just so you know, so that I can access back here to be able to do this track work, because obviously even with my long arms I can't reach back in there. So I'll probably end up removing that stanchion, that one, and that one to do that track work, and I may remove one of these or both of these to do this, but once it's in, then I'll put those back up, and then I can mount that storage yard permanently. So anyway, there's the latest and greatest. Sorry for the AC unit in the background. It's really hot here today, so it's going all out. Other than that, that's all I've got, and until next time, we'll see you on down the tracks.